Hey there, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to evaluate your life. And that kind of sounds like a big concept, how do I evaluate my life? But really what we're going to be doing is working through this exercise to find some areas of our life that we might not be so happy with, or maybe aren't living up to our expectations, and to really put them into our view so that we see them, that we notice them. And so I've created this little chart here which breaks down our life into purpose, relationship, health, and freedom. And within each of these, I've broken it down even further. So within purpose, we have meaning, contribution, and personal growth. Relationship, we have friendship, intimacy, community. In freedom, we have choice, time, and freedom of finances. And then in health, we have nutrition, mental and emotional health, and physical health. And so we're going to go through this exercise, and I encourage you to follow along. If you can, draw this out on a notepad wherever you take your notes, or I'll put a link to my blog which will have this empty diagram which you can download and use for yourself. So I'm going to go through this, and like last time with the Ikigai video, I evaluated on myself. I'm going to do that this time just to show you how to do this. But as you're going through this, you should evaluate against yourself. So I'm going to start over here at meaning, and you'll notice that there are 10 of these inner circles. And that's because this is on a scale from 0 to 10. 0 being at the middle, 10 being at the outside, 10 representing something that you're really happy with, or maybe you don't want to change it that much. Maybe it meets your expectations. And 0 being, I really want to change this. It's not meeting my expectations. It's not living up to where I want it to be. So starting with meaning, I'm going to rank my meaning at about an 8. I watched that Ikigai video. I went through the Ikigai exercise, and I feel pretty happy. You know, there's always a little bit more I could be doing in terms of why I'm here and figuring that out, but I think I feel pretty confident with that. In terms of my contribution is basically how we contribute to the world, whether it's volunteer work or philanthropy, or how we're showing up and going beyond self. And so I don't really feel like I'm contributing as much as I should be. And I've been working on that, and these YouTube videos are a part of that, but I do feel like I could be contributing more. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to give that a nice, healthy, even 5. In terms of personal growth, I do feel like I'm growing a lot. I feel like there's a little bit that I'm not quite sure about yet that I want to learn, and I don't know what it is that I want to learn, but I'm pretty happy with my personal growth. And so there we go. There's my ranking for purpose. We're going to move on to relationship. My friendships, I feel pretty good. I'm going to give that an 8. There's a little bit more I would love to lean into with my friends and my role as a friend, but I feel pretty confident about that. My relationship with my partner, I feel really good about. I spend a lot of my time on that and investing in making that nice for myself and for my partner, and I think we have a good relationship. And finally, community. I also feel really good about community, and so I'm going to rank that a 9. Now, choice. Choice is an interesting one. Do we feel like we have freedom of choice? This is kind of a balancing act between mindset and opportunity, and you can cultivate a mindset of choice, looking around you and seeing abundance of choice and opportunity. And then in terms of opportunity, there are things you can do to create more opportunities for yourself. But I've cultivated this mindset that there's kind of infinite opportunity in the world, and so I feel really good about choice. I'm going to put a 9 here because there are some things that I can't yet do yet because I don't have the capital for it, but I do want to do it. So I'm going to put that there because I'm a little bit limited in my choice with capital. In terms of time, I have passive income, I work remote, I can really use my time how I want to. I don't have to be recording this video today, so I feel really good about my time. And then my finances, I feel pretty bad about my finances. I do have passive income, and I do work remote and have a few different things that I'm working on, but I don't feel like I have the capital that I want to have to do the things I want to do. And that's a pretty big pain point in my life. Now going on to health. So that was freedom. Finalizing this with health. My nutrition, I'm going to give this I think this is about a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's a 5. I'm going to give it a 5. I feel good about my nutrition. I don't feel like I'm spending a lot of money on good food right now, and so that's something I want to improve. My mental and emotional health, I feel pretty good about that. I feel like I've cultivated, you know what, I'm going to actually make that a little bit lower. I feel like I've cultivated a good mindset. I do get a little anxious sometimes, and that's okay. It's okay to be anxious, but the anxiety kind of comes from not processing some things. So I'm gonna rank that a little bit lower, but still give that an 8. Then finally, physical. I'm not currently running. I'm not currently swimming. I'm not doing a lot of the things I used to do, and I don't feel great about that. I'm gonna actually give that a 4. Okay, so now that we've ranked all of these, and hopefully you've gone, checked out my blog, downloaded this, and ranked them for yourself, what we're going to do is we're going to connect them. So I'm going to start here up at mental, and I'm just going to start drawing a line here. And we'll just go through this, and I'm going to slowly connect all of these one by one. We'll just keep going through here. I hope my mouse makes it all the way over here. We'll see. We'll just keep going. Connecting community, connecting choice, and then we're connecting time, doing some moves with my mouse here to make sure I don't let go of it. And then all the way down here to finances, I gave that a 3, wow. And then nutrition, mental and emotional health, and finally physical health. And then we'll just end it back up here and connect it. And so you see here, this got filled in, and what you'll notice is the areas that aren't filled in, these areas here, these are the areas where we don't feel too great right now. Maybe we feel like there's some room for improvement, some room for personal growth. And so I'm going to note these areas. The areas that I'm noticing are some areas in my physical life right now, in my health, not just my physical life, but in my health. And I'm noticing that this is a little bit lower. Maybe I'm not too happy with my health. I also notice a big dip here in my freedom in terms of my finances, and so my health and my freedom, those are 2 I'll note. Then finally, in terms of purpose, even though I went through this Ikigai exercise, and if you didn't see that video, here's a kind of quick preview of it, but it's the previous video to this one, so I suggest you check that out on the YouTube channel. But even though I went through that exercise, there's always kind of room for improvement, and it seems like the greatest room for me is in my contribution in the world, and perhaps that's also where I have some room for personal growth as well. And so that's really the extent of this exercise. It's really about noting and noticing where we are self-identifying areas for growth, areas for improvement, areas of our life that we're not too happy with, or they're not meeting our expectations. And so once you go through this exercise, there are some techniques and tricks you can go through to address each of these areas, and I'll link a blog post below that goes into a little bit more depth on these, but for now, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some meaning out of it. Please feel free to leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.